just ready to roll when you want it.
The commentation of it, Scott.
Press! Let's do it. Go, Rick. Come on. Go, team. How's that? Dean.
Don't worry about your shorts, Strait. Sorry,
It's fit, so alright.
Come on, Chrissy, this way, you've got to pick it up.
What's that along the drink? The head? Come on, move it. Hey Steve, good going, mate. Just need a towel, champ. Good next, mate. Just need a towel. Thanks.
It was a special service of thanksgiving for the arts. Each year the Cathedral pays tribute to Newcastle's entertainers. This year the service coincides with the 80th anniversary of the church. Various sections of the arts, including the Newcastle New Orleans Jazz Band, added to the rather unusual beat of the Thanksgiving. The congregation also got into the swing of things. After the New Testament reading, the ballet got underway. A ballet, Tuesday night jazz. The Cathedral may be celebrating its 80th birthday this year, but you'd never know. The search began late Saturday when the woman, Deborah Dawn, a patient at the Stockton hospital, was reported missing from a picnic party. The search is being centred around the Pine Forest area where police have set up an emergency centre. Deborah is of stocky build with dark brown shoulder-length hair and walks with a stoop. A search so far has failed to find any trace of her. The accident happened on the Raymond Terrace Road near East Maitland. Rescue services, both ambulance and police, were needed at the scene. The impact of the accident showed in the twisted wreckage of both cars. Cutters were used to free one victim trapped behind the wheel of his utility van. His passenger was taken to hospital. Killed instantly in the smash, the woman driver of this car and a male passenger in the back seat. Both were middle-aged. Another male passenger in the car escaped with injuries. Traffic along the Raymond Terrace Road was blocked for several hours. It's been an exhausting weekend for rescue workers. On Saturday night they were called to Main Road Bullaroo, where 4 people were killed. 5 others were taken to hospital. Hours later, near the same spot, a motorcyclist and his passenger died when their bike hit a power pole. Separate road accidents on Friday night claimed the lives of 2 other people. The weekend carnage has angered rescue workers, including Police Sergeant Anforth.
I've been crying out now for the last 2 years for some sanity from the people in Newcastle with the driving that's going on, and we've seen this mass carnage on the road this weekend. It's just a continuation of what we've been talking about, and I pleaded recently on the radio and television with people to take more care and be more caring with other people with their driving and that sort of thing to avoid it, but it's still going on and going on. I feel sure that our department will be coming down very, very hard and very, very strongly.
International weightlifting back on again with a big tournament in Sweden. 2 new mid-heavyweight titles were set in the 90-kilogram class by the Bulgarian Draganov Blagoj. Big man slams the big weights down, acknowledges the crowd. A great lift. He snatched a new world best of 195 kilograms and jerked 225.5 kilograms to give him a world record, a total of 417.5 kilograms for the tournament. Daniel Nunes of Cuba equaled the world record with a snatch of 136.5 kilograms in the featherweight class. That's the 60-kilogram class. New record set in Sweden as the lifters prepare for the coming Olympic Games. Top seed John McEnroe having trouble with a small butterfly in the final of the Benson and Hedges London Tennis Grand Prix. Playing against Brian Gottfried from the United States. McEnroe in a fairly depressed mood early in the game, but really came back to play some sparkling tennis. The butterfly this time landing on his back. McEnroe quite unaware of the situation at this stage. McEnroe was attempting to win his 4th Benson and Hedges British Grand Prix Tennis Association tournament. Big smash comes in from Gottfried, gets him out of position there, McEnroe. He comes back with a superb serve. Giving McEnroe 2 set points for the match.
Service gives McEnroe 2 match points. Oh, he's done it.
And there it is, McEnroe winning his fourth Benson and Hedges International Tournament. He won the match 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. The match against Fulham, the second division match, the league side was played in the heart of London at Craven Cottage, an old-established soccer ground. Les Boyd receiving a caution there. Australia back on the attack now, just outside the 22 as Schubert juggles the ball around, slips a nice little pass into Queenslander Mark Murray, underneath the post for Australia. This Fulham side really turned on some stout defence and surprised the Australians, as Wally Lewis had a little bit of trouble with the boot throughout the day, but manages to put that one between the post. This time, though, it's Steve Ella that crashes over for Australia again. The Fulham defence, though, started to fall apart as Paul McCabe, the Manly second rower, went in for Australia for another good try. The Parramatta connection this time with John Muggerland going over. North Sydney's Don McKinnon on the boil and juggles the pass and puts it down underneath the post for another Australian try. Conditions were bleak and very, very cold. There's some scrappy play resulted in this ball going out to Johnny Rebo, and you just don't stop the big fella from there. Oh, too tight. What did I say that for?
I'm not involved in any actions. A resolution that is self-explanatory, really, where government stores have said they're suspended from the pay time. No one can go without their pay. What that resolution's about, some support be given. The first thing is they write the cheques. They may delay payment.
Came from our school was that if there was a take,
Come down and voice your opinion.
come out or whatever, and the rest of the people's
The retention of those bans and to carry out
schools in Newcastle over the last 8 months.
We say that that position is illegal.
A conveyor belt is something most of us probably take for granted, but throughout the world longer and longer belts are being used to shift huge tonnages of bulk materials. Newcastle University's engineering department is now widely regarded as a leader in this field. Proof of that being the large number of engineers at today's seminar to hear of the latest developments.
We've had a very active interest in bulk handling research for a number of years, and this has been helped a great deal by the range of consultative type project we've been doing for the various industries throughout Australia.
On this specific subject of conveyor belts, what sort of a future exists? Can we see conveyor belts perhaps replacing road transport, even rail transport in some areas?
Yes, this is one of the reasons for the conference. Belt conveyors have been around for quite a long while, and they are mostly used for conveying bulk materials such as coal, iron ore and similar materials over shorter distances. But they do have a potential for long distance transportation, and in this respect I think Australia has a unique opportunity because of the range of applications. There's a distinct advantage in developing the technology to get longer distance transportation.
Fire broke out in a precipitator in the gas cooling section of the plant, causing major alarm. It's believed there was some sort of electrical problem. The fire was extinguished within minutes, saving any further damage. The plant had just been overhauled. Firemen from all over Newcastle rushed to the scene in anticipation of a bigger problem. Damage was confined to one area, but it's a major setback for the works, which was coming back online last night after a 4-week shutdown.
The fire brigade being on the scene so quickly has certainly limited the damage, but the engineers hopefully in a short while will start assessing what our position is. It's a bit early to say, but my guess would be that we may be able to salvage half of the section and still come back online maybe in a few days' time on a restricted volume.
Today, further investigations will help pinpoint the cause of the blaze and provide a more accurate assessment of the damage. Young Artist 1982 includes work by art students from schools, both private and public, in the region. According to the organisers, exhibitions like these help to encourage student work. There's plenty of creativity this year, from Year 12 displays to the efforts of kinders. The art show was officially opened last night by the Regional Director of Education, Mr Alan Beard. Two major works by 1981 higher school certificate students, Paul Marr of Maitland Boys and Lisa Walpole of Merriweather High, have been retained by the Education Department as part of a newly established regional collection of student work. At one stage, this year's show was in jeopardy because of education cuts, but volunteer work made it all possible.